Hey, Jim.
Hey, good afternoon.
How's it going? I get all distractions off my desk right now. Can you hear me okay from here?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect. I guess I should share my screen so we can see the.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead and do that.
Oh, it says I can't share my screen.
Oh, hold on. All right.
There we go. There we are. A couple more minutes here. All right, one more minute to go. I'm just gonna start right at 5:30. I realized might need the whole time to go over everything. So if other people join, they'll probably just be joining during the introduction anyway. So. All right, everybody. So my clock is saying 5:30. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling. My name is Karina Aiken. I'm a business consultant with the South Carolina Small Business Development Center, SBDC for short. I'm here in the Orangeburg area. And if you don't know where that is, our office is in the School of Business at South Carolina State University. So with me today is another one of our business consultants, Pamela Free, and our regional director, Jim Johnson. If you joined early, you might have seen him up on the screen there. For those who don't know, SBDC is a resource partner for the U.S. Small Business Administration, SBA, and we offer one-on-one business consulting and training to our community at no charge. So if you ever need assistance starting a new business or even growing or increasing the success of your existing business, please reach out to us. We're here to help. Today This webinar is the second part of our Start Smart series, which is sponsored by the South Carolina Department of Social Services. Last week, we focused on creating your lean business canvas, which is essentially a one-page business plan. If you missed that session, super good information there. So if you're interested in learning more about creating a business plan and how to be successful, how to seek business funding, please let us know. We'll see if we can get that information over to you and meet with you. Today, we're focusing on marketing and advertising, branding and promoting your business to gain more customers, AKA make that money. So I have a little info, background information on me. I've been in sales and marketing for over 10 years now. I've worked billed as a salesperson. I've worked on the back end as a marketing administrator and creating different marketing plans and systems for the field guys. I have helped businesses open up and focused on sales and marketing, as well as helping them with their accounting information or accounting stuff. So I've done all different parts of this sort of industry. I currently own my own mattress store in Orangeburg, Mattress by Appointment, in case you're wondering, shameless plug there. So I constantly am trying to keep my eye on the newest marketing trends and looking for ways to promote my business and those of my SBDC clients that I serve. So needless to say, I've got a wealth of interesting tips and tricks to go through this evening, but only a short amount of time to do it in. So I'm going to try to be brisk and effective with my time. If you have any questions or comments as we go through each section, please feel free to write them in the chat box. Pam and Jim are both going to help me answer some of those questions along the way. And if there's time throughout the presentation, I'll stop and answer some as well. My goal is to leave about 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the presentation for Q&A. So hope you all is as excited as this. I'm going to show you. I can make this. There we go. The objectives for today. So first, we're going to go over identifying your customer, then branding your branding, which is creating your unique perspective. A lot of questions business online. So if you attended last week's webinar, you'll probably remember images we're using today. They were so perfect, I had to bring them back. One of them is this one: marketing without data is like driving with your eyes. Brilliant. So the first most important piece of data you need to effectively market your business is to know who your customers are. More precisely, to know who your target audience is. Now, answering this one is like looking through a camera lens and zooming in to capture. You want to start with a wide angle view of your entire industry. Then you want to focus in a bit more by segmenting your market or breaking it down into smaller markets. And for those who don't know, a market is a group of customers who require the products and services provided by an industry. So for instance, the beauty industry has markets like hair, nails, skincare, makeup. The fashion industry is broken up into the couture market, luxury, ready to wear, etc. Footwear industry, athletic, non-athletic, you guys get it. So once segmented, you then want to focus your lens more by selecting a target market. That's a clearly defined market where you can become an expert and provide customers a high level of service. Then finally, you want to focus in even more to see what group of people within that target market you can appeal to the most with your product. And that's going to be your target audience. You want to define what that target audience is. All right, to segment your market, this can be done by using different variables like age, lifestyle, education, job, income, beliefs, location, like any combination of those things. There's a lot of different options. In terms of simply need a uniquely tailored message. For example, a customer that's in their 20s often has different needs than somebody that's in their 70s. So you got to do your research about your industry, then down into these different segments, and really kind of help specify your specific target market within that. The point of segmentation really is just to drill down from a general knowledge of the industry that you're feeding in, very specific and unique product or service that your business offers, and then to a specific target audience who would appreciate those products and services you're offering, if that makes sense. Okay, so segmenting your market. I'm going to use the global footwear industry market as our example. And we're going to use Velasca Milano as our case study. So this is a basic overview of the footwear industry's market segmentation. Velasca Milano is a high-end Italian shoe brand. And as you can see, I've broken it down through 3 types, which is shoes, and there's athletic and non-athletic. And then there's the different regions those shoes can be rated in from. Then you've got your demographics of men, women, or children, and social classes. So Velasca's selected target market was non-athletic shoes made in Italy, which is in Europe, for upper class men. So they whittle down all different markets, like different the specific points in each market that they're going to cater to, and that's their target market. Now, obviously, to choose your target audience, you're going to need to dig a little deeper. So going back to the previous quote, marketing without data is like driving with your eyes closed. Right now, we're driving with one eye open. So we've got to get some more information. And in case you're wondering a little bit about Velasca, this is, you can kind of see from the images that I pulled these directly from their website, you can see that that target market is very much represented in their images. That, what was it again? Non-athletic shoes made in Italy or in Europe region for upper class men. That's very much catered to that. Okay, so I'm sure many of you have heard of the rule. And in business, this rule is that 80% of your company's sales revenue, 20% of yours. This is essentially how you get your target audience. The 20% within your targeted market who will appreciate and seek your product or service the most is going to be your target audience. Remember with the target market, it refers to a broader group, whereas a target audience is more narrow, more specific. So for Velasca, their target audience is men between, and their company sales or revenue comes from 20% of your customers, a bit more, with high disposable income. So not just upper class, but high, we're talking about your lower, with see the snapshot of their customer. I pulled this directly from their investment presentation or investor presentation. So it's got pictures of the type of customers we're talking about that they're really pinpointing. Took it a step further. And they did research on their target audience and found out that they discovered 3 main styles that their audience seeks, which is business, dandy, and hipster. So that breaks down their target audience even farther into those 3 main styles, and that's what they're focusing their actual products on. They learned that 70% of their target audience, the business, are value-oriented. So they like classic styles, and models. 25% of their target audience is dandy style, and they're very style oriented. And like models or looks that make them really stand out in a crowd. And then 5% of that target audience, and even though it's a small percentage, it's still a part of that target audience, is product oriented, and they value vintage looks, not such classical looks. So with all this information and data at hand, obviously, how easy is it for Velasca to design their shoes and use their marketing team to create products and promotional materials that will appeal to the specific audience? They have all the information they need. They know exactly what their audience is looking for, and they know how to target to them. All right, so that is how you find your target audience. Now that we understand how to segment our global industry, select our target market, and identify that target audience, we want to talk a little bit more about how to turn your company's products and services into a brand. I know you guys hear a lot about branding yourselves, branding your business, being a brand. Branding is very important. It can attract, use your brand is going to help you to attract your target audience. It's going to help to grow your customer base, and it's going to ultimately increase your income. Essentially, branding is who you are. Marketing is all about building awareness. So you have to first establish who you are to your customers in order to later build awareness by marketing to them and essentially trying to sell your product and service to them. So the first step in branding is establishing a unique value or selling proposition. This was discussed a little bit with business planning as well. The unique value selling proposition is how you stake your claim or your position in your target market. This is how you're going to stand out from the crowd of all the rest of the competitors in your market. So what makes you different? In other words, what makes you so special or your company so special that customers should come to you versus your competitors? To answer this, you need to know who your competitors are, locally, globally, nationally. What do they do well? How are they positioned in the market? What are the gaps in the market? What problems exist? What does your target audience want or need that's not being provided yet or not sufficiently enough? And how do you solve the problems? How do you meet those wants and needs? What do you or your company do well? For a successful brand positioning strategy, you need both attraction and distinction. So with attraction, you want to attract your target audience by providing the values and attributes that they want or need, and make your business distinct by ensuring that your target audience can only receive those values and attributes when they work with your business or when they come to you to purchase your product or service. No, forgot. There you go. So what your consumer wants is your point of attraction. What your brand does well is your point of distinction. And those two combined make your unique value. And as you can see from the three little circles here, you don't need to worry about what your competitor does well that meets your customers' needs, or what your competitor does well that you do well. Just stay in your range, stay in the winning zone there, and focus on your unique value. So going back to Velasca as our example, Velasca staked its position in the men's luxury footwear market as a provider of high quality Italian products without the luxury price tag. So AKA luxury at an affordable price, essentially. I'm sure you guys have heard of a lot of these different brands, especially Zara and H&M. Those two specifically are known to have good quality products at affordable prices, but they're not luxury by any means. And then Bogi Milano and Scaroso are other Italian menswear companies. They're like mid-level luxury brands with a decent quality to price ratio, as you can see from this chart. In other words, they're affordable in comparison to the quality. And with those brands, I think you would say something, you'd probably look at the products and say like, this is a little bit more expensive than I was expecting, but hey, it's better quality. It's a little bit better quality. I'm okay with buying it. But with Alaska, they position themselves as a high quality luxury brand with a highly affordable or high affordability ratio, a quality to price ratio. So with their brand, you'd be looking at the product saying, wow, this is a great price for this high end product. Like I'm getting a steal. This is a deal right here. And that's a tough market to get into. So that's their market position, but then how does that lead to, a unique value proposition that can be presented to their customers? So the way that Alaska did it, and I'm taking this directly from their website, it says, from our artisans, hard word to say, from our artisans to you, our mission is to offer high quality, made in Italy products without having you spend a fortune. So how do we do it? We only sell directly to you, no middlemen involved. So as you can see, with Alaska, their shoe construction and raw materials and product design and finishings are all comparable to their luxury competitors. But what sets them apart is that they cut down their supply chain by removing the wholesale cost and the middlemen, which essentially drive up the price for the customer. So instead, they sell directly to their consumers. There's no wholesale, there's no major department stores, there's no big retail stores with a lot of employees that they have to pay. So Alaska at this point now has about 10 boutique style storefronts. I'll show you here. They have about 10 boutique style storefronts near the center of like major cities worldwide. So Milan, Rome, New York, Paris. They're all approximately 15 to 25 square feet. If I've got my math right, that's very small. You can see in those pictures, those aren't exactly big spaces, and they're only employing one store manager and one shop assistant. So very low overhead, which means a lot of savings for their customers. And I kind of employ the same sort of method with my store. You heard me mention earlier, I own a mattress store in Orangeburg. And a lot of folks wonder how we're able to keep our prices so low, especially with the regular, like the inflation that we have every year anyways, but also with the increase in products and supplies and stuff that are being used to make the mattresses and all the different things that we sell. That's driving up the prices for our manufacturers, which is driving up most people's cost. And so retail stores are having to wrench up their prices as well. And a lot of folks have asked us why we're able to keep our prices as low as we are. And it's because we, again, weed out a lot of the middlemen and a lot of the extra expenses that generally are adding to what the customer's price is. So it's just me that usually runs the store. I might have a college student or my business partner come and help me out every now and then. But for the most part, there's one person in this store running it every day. And so we don't have to pay a lot of employees. And then, of course, it's a small space that we have. So I don't have to pay for like a really high rent or for a property. I don't have to pay a lot in utilities and things like that. We just cut out a lot of those extra expenses. And so keeping your overhead low is a great way to cut the cost for your employees and again, solidify yourself in a great place in your market. Even though Alaska has these different stores throughout the world, again, there's only like 10 of them. So most of their sales are actually done online. They have a try offline, buy online approach since they have so few stores and so little inventory that's stocked in each one of them. So they really drive their sales online. There's a lot of companies that actually sell online first and then slowly and strategically start opening stores. And that's the way they went about it. But you always want to make sure that you keep your value proposition and your branding in mind. So for them, it was direct to customer and affordable luxury. So even though they're small stores, you can see they keep that like unique style that they targeted when they pinpointed their target audience. All right, here's another one of those fun quotes that came from last week. Sell the problem you solve, not the product. So when writing your unique value proposition, remember what makes you unique. Sell your solution, not the product itself. Focus on its benefits to the customer rather than its features. If you ever heard the quote by Theodore Roosevelt, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I love that quote. That goes for sales and marketing too. Offering a solution shows that you care about your customers' wants and needs. And then once they understand that you care about their wants and needs and you've got solutions for them, now they're willing to listen to you, see what you're all about, consider buying what you're offering. Many businesses develop a tagline to reinforce their market position or their unique value proposition. And a tagline is like a phrase that's used consistently across all advertising and literature. That's their website, your Google ads, your social media, business cards, flyers, whatever. So this is going to lead us to branding. All right, so a brand is a set of attributes, positive or negative, that people associate with a company. So positive attributes are things like reliable, best customer service, high quality. Negative attributes would be things like unreliable, cheap, or poor customer service, poor quality. I'm not going to read through each one of these things, but I'll give you the gist of them. If you break brand down into what it actually means, B stands for blueprint, which is like a master plan of the customer experience. R would be relationship, how your relationship is with the customer, your business relationship with the customer. A is agreement or a promise that a customer will receive the same experience from your business or a certain type of experience from your business. N is nature. Brand is the inherent nature of your business or the personality of your business, the culture of it. And D would be distinction. What makes your business distinct and stand out from the crowd? So if you think back to like the mission statement, a vision statement you would have created for your business plan, the goal of an effective and meaningful brand is for your company to align emotionally with your customers. So think about some of the well-known brands, like what are they known for? Chick-fil-A, what are they known for? What's their like slogan or tagline? Disney, Target, Walmart, Motel 6, Hilton, which interestingly enough, their brand was very much affected by some of the actions of Paris Hilton. So your brand can be affected negatively or positively by those faces of the company too. So keep that in mind. But are these reputations, these brands, good reputations, or bad ones? And how would your customer experience compare between each of these different things? So how do you establish a brand? First, establish meaning in your customers' lives, create a value, something your customers are willing to pay for. We accomplish that obviously with creating our unique value proposition. And then second, brands are built by their presence in the public. All the things that your customer sees of your company, including advertising, social media, public relations, the actions of your leadership team, sponsorships or supports that you, anything that like social causes that you support. Of course, customer reviews and performance awards, things like that. And also things like your company's name and logo and website design and Facebook page, all those things, even its letterhead, are all part of its brand. You want to make sure that brand is consistent across all factors. Customers are key there. Customers are key. All right, so the power of branding. I found this image and I thought this was so perfect. So 50% of consumers say that a known and trusted brand is a reason to buy a product. A brand allows a company to charge a price for its products or services that is consistent with its image. So a successful brand can increase the market value of a company by 50 to 75%. And here I showed you an example of how like the craziest part, I mean, you guys all know like how Apple is able to charge an arm and a leg for products that when their equivalent products through other brands can charge a lot less. but Supreme Brick is the funniest example to me. Supreme is like a popular skate company and fashion brand. And they started selling clay bricks with its logo stamped in the middle, literally for no apparent reason. And these things sold out in minutes for like $30 a pop. It's just a brick. It's a brick with their logo stamped in the middle. But because people trust and love their brand, they would charge $1 for these things. It's hilarious to me. All right, so that leads us to marketing. Actually making pretty good time here. So I think I'm going to stop for a second and take some questions. Take a peek at the chat here. Well, I don't see any questions in the chat unless I'm missing anything. If anybody has any questions, throw it in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and just voice something for me. I know we went over kind of a lot of stuff and we went over it pretty quickly, so. Somebody asked, can I start a business with 10K? Absolutely. I actually started my mattress store with 10K. It's absolutely possible. It's that's a good amount of savings too, for you to be able to find a location to put a down payment on like a lease or rent or anything to get your products. And so now it depends on what kind of business you have, obviously. But I imagine getting the ball rolling with your marketing and everything else, absolutely 10K is enough. Any other questions? How can you stand out in an oversaturated market with marketing? That is a great question. And there are a lot of that's a major problem for a lot of folks. You have to go back to what makes you unique, what makes your company unique in that oversaturated market. For instance, I opened my mattress store here in Orangeburg because there were no other mattress stores in the area, not that we could find. We did a search and we didn't see any mattress stores between Columbia and Charleston. So it was easy for us to kind of get started. There were other difficulties with like really getting our name out there, but as far as saturation, there was not really in this area. But now if we open our store in Columbia or Charleston, we would have a lot of major competitors to go up against. What I've seen the most to be successful, and I've been able to do this with real estate and with an accounting company, is to make sure that all of your marketing, all of your advertising is in areas, not only the places where all of your competitors are going to advertise, but in areas that they might not advertise. For instance, like we used Craigslist and OfferUp and those kind of like, I can't think of any of those other like type of apps and stuff like that for our advertising. And we were among the first to really like advertise massively on Facebook Marketplace. And then we started seeing other mattress store ads and stuff on Facebook Marketplace. But you've got to find places where not everybody is advertising and really like start pulling in customers from there. And then also, of course, making yourself stand out, making sure you're pushing forward your unique value proposition. It all kind of depends a little bit on your business, on your industry, and who your competitors are. So I would love to talk about that with you in more detail, or any of our other business consultants in SBDC. So please reach out to us if you need more information. But that's a great question. Let's see. How best to market for employees on a budget? Market for employees. I'm not sure I understand like marketing on a budget. We're actually going to get to that next.
Marketing to hire employees, maybe.
Oh, that
like
that makes sense.
Recruiting and attracting.
That makes sense. Great place to do that is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great place to find. And then also there are services like Indeed.com and what is the other? ZipRecruiter, and there's several like that. Some people still use Monster. Those services will allow you to post your ads and stuff for free, if not at least very cheap. A lot of them have trials, and use those trials to the best of your ability. I would put as many posts out there, job offers out there as you can. You can also post ads on Facebook. So a lot of your social media places are a really great place to post an ad for like reaching out for employees. Make sure that you're really pinpointing in those quick little bullet points about your business, the things that are going to attract those employees the most and have them reach out to you. But utilize those recruiting services, utilize the trial periods for them. I found them to be pretty cheap. ZipRecruiter and Indeed are my go-tos, but of course there are a lot of other ones out there. I definitely posted on Facebook and got a lot of candidates come from there too. So you don't have to pay anything for Facebook. So, and also LinkedIn. So there's, hopefully that'll help. I'm in a specialty or niche market. How do I market this and show to potential clients? We're going to go into marketing, and hopefully some of those tips will help. If not, definitely speak to us about marketing for your specific niche. It actually is helpful to have a niche market because it means that you have less competitors. So that's going to be really good for you. Which kind of leads us into, since we're getting some of these marketing questions, let's go ahead and dive into the marketing. Feel free to keep throwing your questions in there. Jim and Pam are still here to help answer those. And then again, we're going to hopefully have some time at the end here to go into some questions in more detail too. All right, so the 7 Ps of the marketing mix. So now that you have your target audience, we've kind of nailed that, and your company's unique proposition and your brand, we figured out how to get your brand. Now it's time to market your product or service. And these 7 Ps of marketing: product, price, place, promotion, people, physical evidence, and process, are the elements that you can use to strategically launch your business into your target market, or even to like reevaluate and reposition your business in the market. Creating your marketing strategy with these 7 Ps in mind is really going to ensure that your target audience is satisfied, your value perception is accurate, and that your business will stand out from its competitors. All right, so with product, marketing decisions in this P category with product involve a product or service's purpose. So how does the product look? Its packaging, any warranties, and all these different things. Customers need to know what is included, what they can get out of it, what they need or want, and how it's fulfilled, how their needs or wants are fulfilled, and why your product or service is better than its competition. When it comes to price, you want to include your entire pricing strategy when you're thinking about your price for your product or your service. So that's your retail or selling price, your profit margin, the discounts, the lease terms that you'll offer, the fees that you have to factor in. And then also think about how your customers are going to react to these prices and all these different parts of it. Keep in mind that your company's price position among your competitors also has an effect on where you place yourself in the market. If you advertise as having a high quality product, your price should reflect that claim. Not that it has to be the most expensive, but it should reflect that like you're not the very, very cheapest, because unfortunately people think that high quality means a higher price tag, which is actually good for you. Vice versa. Now, if you advertise that having the best prices in town, check your facts, make sure that you've checked your competitors' prices and that you are actually the best price in town, because trust me, customers will check you on that. They'll do a fact check, they'll price around, they'll come to you and say, no, I've seen other people that are better priced than you. So just make sure that you've done your research on that stuff. With place, This relates to where a product is made, where it's sold, how the service, or sorry, where the service is done, where ads are placed, distribution locations, all these different things. You want to make sure that your customers can easily find your product or service. You want to use this P step to consider selling products through e-commerce or in-store or through third parties. These are all factors in understanding the place part of the marketing mix. Now with promotion, this P covers the idea of making your product or service known to the public. So this is how you increase your sales. The more that you promote your business, obviously, the more opportunity you have of gaining customers. Whether that's, I do want to point out direct marketing. I've had questions on this before. Direct marketing means like emails, text messages, flyers, door hangers, stuff like that. So essentially just promoting in a lot of different ways in a lot of different sectors. The more you promote your business, the more customers you're likely to pull in. Next, people. So people is actually not referring to the people you're selling to or advertising to. More so, it refers to the leadership of your business, your customer service or your support team, HR, etc. So you want to make sure that your employees are effective and positive representations of your business and your brand. Everything, again, has to match. Branding is about all parts of it, of your business, inside and outside. So that includes the people. Physical evidence refers to everything that your customers see when interacting with your business. So that's the physical environment, whether that's online or in person. The product layout, the interior design of your business, how the products are laid out in the business is how I meant that. Your packaging, your branding, etc. It also refers to the staff and how they're dressed, how they act, their physical like example in the business as well. You want to consider your store's layout, the fixtures, the signage, how easy it is for your customers to get around your store, how easy it is for them to figure out how much stuff is or where stuff is located and all these different things. That's the same for online. Make sure that it's easy for your customer to find what they need to find and quickly, because even with online shopping, especially with online shopping, we want to make sure they get what they need quickly and cash out, you know. You want to make sure that your store's layout continues to build your brand and also increases your sales. Kind of, if you think a little bit about like the way that products are placed in stores like Walmart and stuff, they always have those items by the register, because as you're standing in line, they want you to grab that. That's very strategic layout. Those items could be anywhere in the store, but they have certain small items that you can talk yourself into wanting right there placed by the register, so you can grab it while you're waiting in line. They also keep the kid-friendly things within kids' reach. So they grab it and they start fussing and moaning and groaning if they can't have it. And so parents just let them keep it. And now there's another item sold. So all these things are very strategic layouts. Kind of think about that same stuff when you're, thinking about the physicality of your business, your store or your online website. Process refers to the delivery of your product or your service to your customer. So specifically, you want to have a list or an employee handbook of all the roles and responsibilities, operational tasks, and the processes needed to operate your business. Having good processes in place really ensures that you repeatedly deliver the same standard of business to all customers, and that your business functions smoothly and effectively every single time. It's also about being easy to do business with, really. So just make sure you check your processes frequently and guarantee that they're simple and increasing the ability for your business to generate revenue. All right, take a sip of water. Okay, so with public relations, so this is a whole nother sector of marketing that people don't really think about very much. But public relations is a very important part of the marketing mix. So public relations refers to the efforts needed to establish and maintain a company's image with the public. One of the most cost-effective ways to increase the awareness of your company's products or services is with public relations. And the major difference between public relations and advertising is that public relations is not paid for, at least directly. Media relations is, I think this goes on the next page. Yep, here we go. All right, so when it comes to public relations, media relations is a media tool that might include like releasing media statements, fact sheets, offering on-site like media tours of your business. And when I say media, a lot of people think like TV and stuff, and that is a part of it. But that it also could be just like, you know, radio station, local radio station, give them a tour of your business, let them know you just opened up. This is what you're offering. I've seen people do like give tours to podcast people that lead podcasts or host podcasts. Those who are doing an online talk on like Instagram Live, and they're going to present this new business. I mean, having those kind of connections with the media, any type of media, is very important. So offering those kind of media tours, or encouraging like journalists of any type to report positive messages about your business, using social media to get the attention of journalists, or to track them and report on how your market is doing. A smart move is to develop a good media contact list and to build relationships with key journalists or influencers to pitch your media releases and updates to. So essentially, if you have like a big release, a big product that is coming out that you really want to promote, you can always go to that media contact list and be like, hey, could you mention this on your podcast? Hey, do you mind like throwing a little something in the newspaper? I've got this new thing happening. I'm opening this new part of my store. Or, you know, hey, we're having a grand opening, you know, connect with the Chamber of Commerce. And that would be like a social and community involvement, but connect with your Chamber of Commerce and say, I'm having I'm opening my business. I'd like to have a grand opening. They'll do the whole cutting ribbon thing and little splash in the newspaper and on their website and all these fun things. And all this is free advertising. This is free marketing of your business. Advertorials, which is such a fun word, is an advertisement in the form of news stories or reviews in the newspaper. So, and it could be other places than the newspaper, but advertorials allow you to associate your advertising with the credibility of the newspaper or the media source. Many businesses employ advertising or marketing professionals to help them develop TV advertorials, which are commonly used as a form of advertising and product placement. Especially when it comes to product placement, I always think of like TV shows or movies that you're watching, and you see clear as day the product is like the logo is displayed front and center. The actor is like drinking from like a soda and it says Coke right in the front of it. And you're like, okay, so they must have helped pay a little something to get a little ad there. And now it's like on their movie. So product placement is kind of part of that advertorial, but also like critiques or reviews in the newspapers or on websites. People that are bloggers, if they blog about you, that's sort of a news story or review, advertorial. So those things are great. Social media lets you bypass the media and go straight to your customer. So using social media sites like Facebook and Twitter allows you to like follow and be followed by journalists. You can drive web traffic to your websites or drive them to come to your store, entice them to come to your store through your social media. You can manage issues that come up, customer issues that come up, by responding quickly to criticisms or negative perceptions or anything that comes up like that on social media can be attacked right away. And it can really increase the exposure of your business's brand. And I've definitely had people ask me before how to mitigate social media trolls, which you're going to have sometimes. You're going to have people that pop up, or they'll comment on your Facebook ad or something like that, and they'll say something negative, something untrue. You've never even seen them. They've never been a customer of yours. those things, it's great that you're able to quickly respond to those things, and not in a negative way. You obviously want to keep your brand in mind, but you want to mitigate that by, explaining the situation. Oh, you had a bad experience. Let me take care of it. Customer reviews are huge. So if you get a negative review, you want to attack it right away. You don't want to just ignore it. You definitely don't want to lash back. But the way you handle those things all goes into your business's brand, and that exposure is online and it's widespreading. Speaking engagements or events, speaking where customers are likely to attend helps to position you as a leader or innovator in your field. As a business owner or a leader, building your reputation as an expert also builds the reputation of your business. So you want to make sure that you are a representation of your business and you're constantly building that brand as well. It also helps to draw in new customers. Events especially are valuable promotional opportunities. Even if you don't have top billing as a speaker, you will build reputation simply by having your business name or your logo on the event listing, or by delivering a presentation about a new product or an innovation or something. A lot of people will pay a small fee to just have their name printed in those booklets or whatever that they hand out at events. But a lot of times you can donate an item or offer a service or anything like that, and have your name even bigger, even maybe top billing, so that people see it a lot more and that's a great way to really draw people to your business. Sponsorships and partnerships are going to be good for your business as well. So supporting a nonprofit cause can really help build feelings of goodwill and loyalty towards your business. And that would be the social and community involvement. Community partnerships especially may involve an exchange of funds or in-kind benefits, is what I was talking about before, donating things. But it really helps to grow a local community organization, and in return it benefits your business by promoting its reputation and building up its reputation. So partnerships can help consumers identify your brand with good business practices and good ethics, and that's huge. What people are really looking for these days, they're looking for, especially with the younger generations as they're getting older and really starting to continue to follow and patronize businesses, they're looking for authentic businesses that care about the environment, that care about their community, that are really involved. These good business practices are important. So social and community involvement are going to be very key. Monthly newsletter, I didn't go in much detail about that, but that's pretty self-explanatory. So. Okay, so when it comes to content marketing, one second, get my notes together. A lot of marketing and advertising strategies are for the short-term gain, are really to kind of get customers in ASAP. But we really have to focus on long-term strategy as well. And content marketing is a long-term strategy. It focuses on building a strong relationship with your target audience by giving them high-quality content that's relevant to them on a consistent basis. So that Mailchimp, for instance, Mailchimp is a popular email marketing provider. They describe content marketing by saying it's used to attract, engage, and retain an audience. It establishes your expertise in a field and promotes brand awareness and keeps your business top of mind when it's time to buy what you sell. So it's essentially a way for you to always stay in people's minds, even if that you're not constantly telling them about products you're selling or prices or any of these different things. Just providing various different types of content, blogs about things in your industry, social media posts, images, funny pictures, things like that. For instance, on Instagram, posting unique images or catchy hashtags are a great way to just put out some content and constantly keep top of mind for your customers. When I think of Twitter, for instance, you see those friendly, humorous little Twitter wars that happen between rival companies like Wendy's and Burger King. Those are always fun to see. But when I go onto Twitter, and I see those kind of things, now my brain is kind of thinking, which would be better to eat, Wendy's or Burger King? Maybe we should go check out Wendy's. I haven't had them in a long time. Like just be top of mind. Um, Viral videos and images and memes, those are great. Videos of your company's culture, sharing recipes, relevant articles about different things that are going on in your industry or relative industries. For instance, I have on our Facebook page, we put Facebook and Instagram, we'll put up for my mattress store. It's not even mattress related. I'll put things about like health and wellness, because sleep is part of health and wellness. And so like having good fitness and proper stretching before bed and things like that, using a silk pillowcase, different types of silk pillowcases that are out there, the best ones for 2022. I have a post like that that's coming out. Just like things that are relative but not super specific to your business are great things to post out there for content. If you're lost on what to post or what to blog about, just really remember that people care about authenticity. So you can write blog posts about like after work events, new employees, different hobbies that you and your coworkers have. I've posted just fun pictures of me and the two part-time employees that we have and my business partner wearing like funny t-shirts we came out with. I posted that, just us goofing off, making funny faces. I've posted funny like videos of our customers sliding off the beds or one of the employees rolling along all the beds, because I've got them all like pressed, like stacked up together all in a row. So like them rolling down the line of beds, just fun stuff like that. That shows your company's culture. It makes it fun. It makes people want to come and see who you guys are. To help you stay current on marketing trends and to kind of get fresh ideas, you want to try like networking and subscribing to different blogs in your industry, subscribing to podcasts or e-newsletters, even try like reading books, or for me, like listening to audiobooks. I have a long drive to work every day. And so I've got Audible and I'll listen to a lot of audiobooks that talk about different marketing trends that are going on and different news things that could be relative. Those are great things to do just to kind of give you some new ideas, new things to post up, because I know sometimes it's hard to come up with content. There's also a lot of content marketing tools online that are free or low cost. Companies like Hootsuite, Buffer, and HubSpot can help you post across many platforms all at once, even if it's videos or images. You can put all of your different platforms up there and they'll literally take your one post and splash across all of them. So that's super helpful. So it's less work for you. Automation is key. There's a company called Raffle Press that offers ways to do online giveaways. Those are great. I use DrumUp a lot. That's DRUMUP, DrumUp. They'll help you find articles and blogs that are relevant to your business. And you can select the ones that you want and they'll schedule them to be posted across your social media sites at the best times to receive the highest traffic or viewing. So super intuitive, again, very automated. They send me a whole bunch of different articles that are relative. I select the ones, I tell them to schedule it. They do the scheduling and everything for me. I throw on some hashtags to bring in the most people possible, and they make sure that they're listed at the best time to bring in to get the most views. So using automation services like that and those kind of companies are a great way to, again, kind of do your content marketing with without having to do it all yourself. All right, some other techniques of marketing. You've got your viral marketing, which I'm sure everybody's heard of the phrase going viral. So it really encourages people to pass along a marketing message. It's a lot like word of mouth advertising. Viral marketing is things just spreading fast, being shared, being liked, commented on, and spreading and becoming a big deal. So viral. Guerrilla marketing, very low budget. It relies on a lot of creativity. Some examples would be like stickers. I'm sure you've seen like businesses, different kinds of stickers or slogan stickers all over the place. That's a guerrilla marketing style. Graffiti is a guerrilla marketing style. Flash mobs, those used to be like a thing back in not that long ago, actually, but they still happen. Undercover marketing, which is something fairly new that I've discovered. It's also known as stealth marketing. Interesting fact. So marketers disguise themselves as peers among their target audience. And for one example, like Sony's campaign in 2002 was they had actors that they hired to wander around cities asking people to take photos of them with their Sony cameras. And during the interaction, their Sony phones, during the interaction, the actors would just rave about their cool new phone and like boast all the new features and capabilities. And now that like the people that are taking these photos, these strangers are like, oh, interesting. What a neat, I should check out this Sony phone. Where'd you get this? So that's a really cool, interesting way of like guerrilla marketing. So there's a lot of different like creative ways you can do that. And it usually costs little to nothing to do that kind of stuff. Email marketing, an easy way to do that is with providers like Mailchimp or Constant Contact or even HubSpot, who will post across all of your social media, and they'll do e-blasts and stuff for you. So that's a great way to market. The key to marketing is really having people to market to, obviously. Having people to market to, and then also keep in mind who will help market for you and help you by like sharing and putting that stuff out there for you. So you want to get your emails and contact information from your customers so that you can e-blast or text and send out a text announcements and stuff like that, or newsletters. You want to friend people, friend your customers, friend your acquaintances, friend your friends of your customers, friend your friends of friends, like friend everybody, community leaders, local businesses, everybody on social media. Grow your online network. Just imagine like the more people you friend, the more of their friends see your stuff too that you post. So grow your online network. When somebody likes or sees your company's post or likes your company's post, always think about like right clicking and requesting that they like your company's Facebook page too, because you don't want to just grow your network, but also you want to grow the likes on your networks. So if you don't know how to do it, kind of play with it on Facebook. I'm happy to tell you, reach out to me. I'll show you how to do it, give you like a tutorial, but it's real simple. When somebody likes your post, you can right click on their image and it'll offer the option to request that they like your Facebook page too. So don't forget about in-person networking. Word of mouth, again, is the best form of marketing or advertising, especially in small communities like Orangeburg. So you definitely want to get your name out there by like connecting with people in person, giving out your business cards, chatting with them, exchanging contact information, stuff like that. So that's going to lead us to advertising. Now, a lot of times advertising gets confused with marketing, but here's the difference. Oh, let me go back. I don't want you guys reading that yet. Here's the difference. So marketing refers to preparing a product or service for the marketplace, lining up your 7 Ps, understanding your market and your audience, solidifying your brand, all those different things. Advertising is making your market and your service known to an audience in hopes of persuading them to buy it. So advertising is actually a specific step of marketing. It uses data and research that's collected by your marketing strategies. That's the best way to like communicate your brand. But advertising is a part of marketing, but it's not the same thing as marketing. So steps to create your ad. Obviously, you know, there's traditional and digital forms of advertising. These each break down by different, avenues. There's 8 main types of traditional advertising. Handouts, I don't have these listed, so maybe just jot it down in your notes. Handouts, billboards, direct mail, print ads like newspapers or magazines, event marketing like trade shows and conventions, referrals, and broadcast marketing, and cold calling or telemarketing. So those are traditional advertising forms. There are 5 major digital advertising forms. That's what I'm going to focus on the most. That's search engine, pay-per-click, email, mobile, and social media. So we're going to talk about those the most because that's what people are really pushing towards. Obviously, traditional marketing has been around for hundreds of years. So a lot of folks know how to do traditional marketing. We have very little time, and digital marketing is the the biggest thing right now. So when creating your ad, you obviously want to identify the purpose of your ad first, clarify one or more purposes and that you expect your advertisement to achieve, and make sure your ad is focused on that. Determine your target audience as always. Now you can have, certain ads pinpointed toward different parts of your target audience. Like if we think back to Velasco again, they had 3 different styles of people within their target audience: the business, dandy, and was it hipster, I think. So you can have ads that are pinpointed toward each type of person in your target audience, but just make sure that you're keeping the target audience in mind. Select the medium for your ad, whether that's TV, radio, newspaper, social media, whatever. Then it's obviously creating the ad. Create the ad that's appropriate for your audience, like I said, your product and your budget. Select the place and the time for that ad to run, and then fulfill your expectations. Ensure that you have enough product on hand to fulfill orders and meet customers' needs if the ad is successful. Obviously, we expect the ad to be successful, always expect success. So make sure you have enough product on hand. If you're going to promote something specific, have enough of that specific item to meet all those customers' needs. All right, so Google is the #1 search engine and offers the most convenient, widespread, and versatile advertising solutions. So I definitely want to talk about them first. You can create a free Google business profile, and a business profile is kind of like a social media profile. In fact, with the amount of information that you can post, like menus and products and services and pricing and everything, it's almost like a free website. It's going to appear on Google Search and Google Maps. Like I said, you can really personalize it with your operating hours, photos. You can put up posts and everything. So you can make it very detailed. In fact, I think this should be the #1, like first thing that you do after registering your business is to create your Google profile. No matter what your industry is, before even beginning operations, set up a profile so that your customers can quickly and easily find your business, know your operating hours, and they know how to contact you. At the very least, put that basic information up. And you can always go back and add photos or post updates or events, whatever. Which, by the way, you should definitely do as often as possible. Like as often as you post on social media, you should be posting on your Google business profile, putting up new photos. Maybe not quite as often, but nearly as much. You want to put new photos up. You want to put updates that are going on in your business. Anything like that. If your hours change, even for 1 week, you want to make sure that's updated. For holiday hours, make sure that's updated. The more that you interact with your Google profile, the more Google is going to bump your business up to the top of your search results. You want to aim for page 1. You want to aim for the very top of that search result. This is going to help to build awareness and legitimacy for your business. So the Google profile is really mostly for building awareness. Google ads are usually like a pay per click, which means that like each time a customer clicks on your ad, you get charged a little bit for that click. You are allowed to set your own monthly budget for that. When you create your ad and you get the budget section, Google actually will show you what your nearby competitors are spending on average for their advertising. Then you can kind of judge whether you need to spend more or less to achieve your goals. I'll be honest, Google ads are very effective, but in order to be so effective, they are a little bit pricey. They work. It's definitely worth it if you have room in your budget to do so. I averaged about $300 to $500 a month for my mattress store. That's what I normally factor in my budget for Google ads. I don't spend very much on ads anywhere else. So that's where I put the majority of my funds. My most profitable months, I was spending between $500 and $750 a month on Google ads. That's my most profitable months. And I was profitable because I invested more in my advertising. And Google, again, is the #1 place people go to find where to buy stuff. So those profitable months, just to kind of give you an idea, Google was the only place I was putting my money. So I was able to, like, I'd had really great business going on. I was doing pretty good. I was able to dump a little bit more money into my advertising budget. And I decided to devote all of the advertising budget just to Google. And so on my social media, instead of doing paid social media ads or anything else, instead I did all the free stuff and put all my money into Google. And it really worked because it really brought in a lot of customers. So that's one great way of getting ads, but obviously that's budget conducive. So AdSense, it often gets confused with Google Ads. Google AdSense is different. It's not for advertising. Google AdSense is a way for those who have websites and blogs or whatever similar digital property that Google can use to place other businesses' ads on. So you can earn money for your ad space. It's kind of like if you were a newspaper and businesses paid you for your ad space in the paper. So Google AdSense is for publishers, people who have websites and things. And it's a good way for you to earn revenue if you want to lend that ad space to other ads. And those ads are going to be relevant. So it's not like it's going to deter away, but there you go. So that's AdSense. All right, now search engine and so it's other search engines and social media ads. The cost of those often are pay-per-click, which is again self-explanatory. Every time somebody clicks on the ad, you pay a little bit for that. And the goal for pay-per-click is to convert those clicks into contact, whether they're clicking on the ad in order to call you, to text you, to visit your website, or to find out the location for your store, to go to your store, or to go to your website to purchase. There's also pay per impression, which is the goal there is really for awareness. That's the number of times your ad crosses someone's eyes, whether it's scrolling the news feed or whatever. The number of times it passes a person's eyes is your impression. So that's for building awareness. The things to consider with these kind of ads, again, your objective is very important. Whether that objective is to drive people to your website or to build awareness or to get more messages or to gather more leads or contacts, that objective is going to be the key. And when you're creating these ads, a lot of times you can choose your objective. And so they help you to cater your ad to what you want your objective to be. You can choose your budget. You can pause or stop your ad from running if you decide that you're not getting the results you want. Although keep in mind that you do want your ad to run for a little bit of time, whether that's like a week or depending on, your goal, could be like a week or a month or whatever, to actually let it get some traction before deciding whether or not it's working. But if you decided you wanted to have this ad run for 2 months and you after a whole month you haven't seen any real results from it, then pause or completely stop that ad. You have the ability to do that. And you also have the ability to adjust your budget accordingly. Use audience targeting options like, location or range, like mileage around your location that you want your ad to go. You can target specific people that are looking for certain things, not specific people that are looking for certain things or interested in certain topics, age range, men or women, etc. All can be used in targeting. Facebook and a lot of other platforms are very big on a specific targeting rule, how not to target. They say, for instance, Facebook's got a rule that says you must not use targeting options to discriminate against, harass, provoke, or disparage users, or engage in predatory advertising practices. So keep that in mind when you're making your ad, when you're choosing your targeting. A lot of times they won't even let you, but when you're selecting your targeting options, you don't want your ad to get flagged, because if it gets flagged, it gets removed. It'll stop running, it'll stop being viewed. And you can obviously appeal this if that's, if you weren't really, discriminating against anybody, you can appeal it, but you just don't want it to get flagged at all. So try to prevent that as much as possible by following those rules. If you get flagged too many times, you'll get suspended with Facebook. And like it kind of go into like Facebook jail. So they want to let you advertise for a while. And the last thing is keywords or words to avoid, just SEO in general, which SEO stands for search engine optimization. which is like a digital marketing strategy that focuses on your website's presence in search results, or your company's presence in search results on search engines like Google or Yahoo or whatever. You can use different tactics to increase your visibility or how high you rank in search results. It really starts with understanding your target audience. So again, it all kind of comes back to your target audience and how they, how and what they're searching for. Optimize your keywords by using or optimize your ads by using high traffic keywords. Hashtags are a great way to learn high traffic keywords. Like if you're ever typing a hashtag into Facebook post or to like a Instagram search, and it'll show you as you're typing how many times that that hashtag has been used or how popular or trending it is. That's a great way to see if that's going to be a high traffic keyword for you. You might want to make sure that's used very often in your ad. And I've got a website there that's a free keyword tool that helps you find some really great keywords to use in your ads. There's also different sites that you can use, and you can find hashtag, like the hashtag strength, and type in different hashtags. They'll tell you how popular those hashtags are. There's some free services online. They keep changing, so I didn't list it. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but always kind of look for the best way to do it, really, I think, is just to type your hashtag into Facebook, into like, as if you're typing in a post, put your hashtag in, it'll tell you how popular that hashtag is. I always try to aim for things in the million, obviously. Same thing for Instagram. You can go into Instagram search and type in your hashtag and it'll tell you how popular it is. So if I wanted to do hashtag back pain, I might type in hashtag back, see how often back is used, type in pain, see how good that is, type in relief, hashtag back pain relief. Oh, that doesn't give as many great search options. So I'm going to scale back, get rid of relief. And now hashtag back pain gives me like 82 million hits. I'm like, well, I'm going to use that one. So that's a great way to kind of figure out whether or not your keywords or your hashtags are really going to be hidden. So that takes us to social media. Coming up on the last bit of section here. So almost done, and we'll get some questions. Let me go back first. All right, so the number of social media platforms obviously is ever changing. I feel like every year there's a new social media platform that's opened up. So it's wise to kind of keep yourself plugged into social media trends and marketing trends to see what platforms people are engaging in or buying from or spending their time on the most. Studies show that even with like all the new medias that are entering the market right now, in 2021, consumers still reported spending the majority of their time on Facebook, followed by YouTube, and then Instagram, and then TikTok. But ultimately, which platform is best for your brand and marketing depends on, again, your target audience. So this just kind of lists the specific purpose for each of the most popular social media platforms. They're each created initially for these different purposes, like social networking. That's what Facebook and LinkedIn were originally created for. LinkedIn obviously being more business related social networking. Microblogging, Twitter, we all know, like the quick little blogs, the quick little speaks that you can do on Twitter. Tumblr is the same, photo sharing and video sharing. So those are the purposes for those social media platforms. This image is, and I know it's a lot of information, which I'm not going to go into the detail. If you want to just screenshot that or wait till we send out the presentation, hopefully you can like look at it more in depth there. But it just shows you the most popular social media platforms that are being used for marketing. And it tells you what audience those specific platforms cater to, whether it's business to business. The purpose of it will be good for business to business, or marketing will be better for like business straight to consumer. If it's going to help you build brand awareness, or if it's going to be a great way for you to just put out educational content, etc. So you can kind of look and see which social media platforms kind of cater to which audiences. To kind of give you an idea a little bit of like which each platform, what industry would be great to market on each of the platforms. Facebook is a business to consumer primarily platform. And so the industries that work really well on Facebook are educational industries, fitness or wellness, apparel, and like dating. There are dating based industries or companies. Twitter is another business to consumer, educational, fitness and wellness, apparel. Those are really good on there. Instagram is great for business to consumer e-commerce industries, for like fashion and apparel and beauty. E-commerce means like with Instagram, it's really great because they'll see that image and they can click on it and like go straight to your website and stuff like that. And people do that a lot on Instagram. I know you can do it on the other social sites too, but Instagram is really known for that e-commerce. So if you've got a website, you want to drive traffic to it, and you're one of those industries, that's a great place to do it, to market. LinkedIn is primarily a business to business industry. It's the most well-known business to business industry for marketing and advertising. So that's really great for, that's really great for like software, technology, employment services, like I mentioned earlier with that question that was asked. So essentially like older professional audiences are great to market to on LinkedIn. That's going to be the primary place that a lot of folks go to for employment services. So when you're looking to hire somebody or just connecting and networking, that's a great place to go. YouTube is really good for technology industry, automotive, beauty and fashion. Pinterest is good for business to consumer, home, apparel, fashion, and fitness. And then TikTok is going to be your go-to. TikTok kind of replaces Snapchat, which is why I didn't mention Snapchat. Snapchat is not really happening for brand marketing these days, but TikTok's been that like ever-present, very quickly rising replacement. And what really does well on TikTok is fitness and wellness and beauty. Okay, so the 3 social media platforms that are amongst the biggest, fastest growing, and most effective platforms for the majority of businesses when it comes to brand marketing and advertising are going to be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So I'm going to speak on those when it comes to reaching customers where they are online. So with Facebook, your post should really be focused on your audience. It should be all about your audience. You want to use the 3-facet content approach of like exciting them, entertaining them, and educating them. Use videos that capture attention without even having to have sound, because a lot of times people have their sound turned off. So you want to be able to capture their attention in those videos through images and entice them to want to click on the sound. When it comes to Facebook stories, keep your content very authentic. That's going to be pretty much with any Facebook Live or any social media live things. You want to just keep authenticity in mind. Facebook Business Suite really makes it easy to review your analytics from all of the ads that you placed, or just even seeing how well your business Facebook page is getting hits or likes or comments on posts, regular posts that you put up. So Facebook's Business Suite is a great place to get that analytic data. If you're a numbers person or a very analytical mind, you love data, love numbers, you love to like see the results. I am, and so I love the Business Suite for that purpose. You can post onto Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp across all 3 of those at one time through the Business Suite. You can also check and respond to notifications, comments, and messages on all 3 of those, again, on the Business Suite. So it's very intuitive, very helpful. Of course, since Facebook owns all 3 of those. So, or I guess they have, I forget what they call it now. Oh, they just changed their name to something. I can't remember now. But anyways, Facebook's got all 3 of those. And so their Business Suite is an effective way to post across all that stuff and respond. Facebook ads are still one of the probably the best performing ad sites for most industries, most brands when it comes to social media. Their marketplace is sort of like classified ad style. So it's just like a Craigslist or eBay or Letgo. People go to Facebook Marketplace specifically to buy stuff. So they're ready to shop, they're ready to buy. And you can, anything you put up on the marketplace, you can also share to other Facebook groups. So if I would definitely suggest connecting with other Facebook groups that are similar or relevant to your business so that you can post your ads on those as well. Obviously, it probably have to be like groups that are allowing for you to post ads. You don't want to just, hit up like a book club group and post your ad there. But be strategic about the Facebook groups that you connect with, and make sure that you're sharing your marketplace ads on those as well. You can boost your Facebook ads or your Facebook posts, just regular Facebook posts. You can boost those. Turn those posts into an ad campaign by boosting it and choosing a specific budget, target area, or target audience, and a length of runtime for your ad. So you can really get more traction on your marketplace ad. You can get a lot of traction on the ad. The marketplace ads are free, but you can put it out in front of more people by boosting that ad. And with Facebook, like any other type of business, giving them money is going to incentivize them to put your stuff more in front of people's eyes. And so anything that you attach a little bit of money on, they're going to put out in front of more people. So you could put up a regular post and put up a free ad, and it'll still get out there to a lot of people. But you even like a $3 a day budget for a week, that's like five business days running, $3 a day, that's $15. But now it's going in front of like 200 to 300 people more than it would have before. So you can do that for really cheap on Facebook. Advertising is really low cost. The more money you put into it, the more likely more potential customers you can get, but you can do it for really cheap and still get a decent amount of customers. I know when I first started, we put very little money into our advertising. Most of it was free advertising, but it still pulled in quite a bit of customers. Facebook is kind of like second best for my purpose in advertising, second to Google. The ad manager is a great way to create a more specific, goal-oriented and targeted ad. You can really control your overall budget thresholds, and you track your performance. And again, it's going to be a lot for those like very analytical people and those who are a little bit more skilled in ad creations and stuff. The Facebook ad manager is a great way to build your ads from scratch and appeal to a wider audience and run it across like Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. You get less engagement as far as likes and shares and stuff like that as you would for a post or even a boosted post, but you do get a lot more conversions or call to actions with those ads. Okay, so with Instagram, again, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so a lot of the features and abilities span across both of the sites. Keys to remember here: hashtags are for viral trends and followings and groups. So understand how to use a hashtag before hashtagging. You want to use hashtags that are going to be very like viral, very like things that people are going to be clicking on, because there's no point of having a hashtag if people aren't clicking on it or seeking out that hashtag on a regular basis. Also be mindful of what those hashtags are connected to before using it. If you come up with a hashtag off the top of your head, you might want to check that hashtag to make sure it's not like connected to any crazy stuff that would be outside your business's brand. Like, I don't want to come up with any examples, but I've like typed in hashtags before that when I went to like Instagram and searched that hashtag, it led to some really off the wall products and people and videos and things. So check out your hashtags before using them. Instagram users actively seek out brands that deliver like amazing visual experiences on the platform. 90% of Instagram users will follow at least one brand, and 81% of those users discover new products on that platform. So it's a huge way to bring in brand loyalty. So, Instagram, again, it's very, people that go on Instagram are looking for very visually appealing things, and they'll like follow somebody quick if they constantly like some of the stuff that they're seeing. So you want to get that brand loyalty, because again, then it becomes a top of mind thing. So they're seeing now your stuff in their newsfeed on the regular. All right, and then lastly, with TikTok, TikTok's key is to understand your TikTok audience, understanding they're a younger generation for the most part, and that they really like responsivity. So you want to make sure that you're very responsive to their comments or their messages to you and stuff. The other big key thing with TikTok is to keep it short and simple. Keep it short and sweet, however you want to take that kiss. but TikTok video limits are between 1 and 3 minutes. The shorter, the better. Even though you can go up to 3 minutes, people do tend to lose their attention span with TikTok if you do too long of a video, unless it's super interesting. The algorithm reads completed views as a cue to broadcast your video more. And so you want to make sure that the people that are watching your TikTok video are watching it all the way to the end. Optimize the hashtags that you put in the I guess comment section of the TikTok when you post your video. Optimize those hashtags. Make sure you thoroughly research your like industry-based or like audience-based hashtags. Use customer responses and popular industry trends to find the right combination of hashtags to use that'll really drive people to follow you and to visit your business website or your storefront. An advanced like marketer tip is to consider doing A/B testing on your hashtag use by like posting like the same video with similar content or the exact same content at the same time of day with different hashtags. So that way, if it's the same thing being posted at the same time of day and it has different hashtags, you can see which one actually gets the most response, gets the most views, and then you know those hashtags are probably working better than the other one. You want to make sure that you're connecting, partnering with influencers, again, word of mouth or advocate marketing. Plus their followers become your followers a lot of times. Trends come and go quickly. So make sure you're partaking in trends, and that'll help you boost your audience, your engagement, your shares, your follows, but keep on top of the trends. Authentic content, again, is very key with TikTok users because a lot of them are Gen Z users. And so authenticity is a very big deal. They want to see transparency and authenticity in all the marketing efforts. Consider showing like behind the scenes look at your company or including employees, like participating and having fun in your videos. It's a great way to get some of those TikTok viewers to like and follow you. All right, so last thing here, creating visual content, tools that help you create your visual content. Canva is an excellent tool for content creation, content design. Canva's kind of like the Vistaprint. I'm sure you guys have heard of Vistaprint for like making flyers and brochures and business cards, especially business cards and things like that. Canva's kind of like the digital, especially social media version of Vistaprint. So Canva is a content designer. They offer a free service, except for like some templates and some images, but you can do a lot of times you can create your Facebook posts or even like your printed items you can create on Canva. And you can use the free templates, you can use the free images. You don't have to pay for anything on Canva. But you do have the option to upgrade to Canva Pro, which is only like $120 a year, which is excellent, $120 a year, or maybe like $12.99 a month if that's easier to handle. Adobe Xd is an app design. It's a way to way to design your apps. That's about $10 a month or $100 a year. You can also get, by the way, like the entire Adobe Creative Cloud suite, which is like Photoshop, Illustrator, After Effects. If you're really digital and creative like that, you can get that for like $53 a month, which is a great deal. And then there is Adobe Spark, which is the SP. Adobe Spark is a content designer. That's about $10 a month or so. All right, so that's pretty much it. Just to recap, choose your platforms wisely. Make sure you take stock of your contacts, create valuable content when you're doing your marketing, make sure it's valuable and authentic, and automate where possible. The more places that you can, more services you can use like HubSpot or even like Facebook and sending out like pre-scheduled posts and pre-scheduled content across Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and different ways to automate, the better for you. It's gonna make your life so much easier. All right, so I've completed it right at the 7 o'clock mark. So I didn't leave the extra 10 to 15 minutes like I was hoping for. But I mean, I'm going to stick around. You guys, please feel free to stick around and ask me whatever questions. I know we said that we were going to make it till 7 o'clock. So if you got to hop off, totally get it. Feel free to email me questions. But yeah, I'm opening up the chat. You guys can, I think you might be able to unmute if you want to and ask the questions, but I'm going to try to find in the chat if we have any here.
Karina, there's one under Q&A. Is it best to have a logo first?
Not really. I mean, it's good to have a logo first if you can, but it's really logo is going to help your brand, but your name and you know, your services, your product, the culture of your company, all these things are just as important. So if you can at least create your business profile and, you know, get some pictures up there, create your business social medias and stuff like that, and the logo comes later, that's totally fine. You can launch that logo afterwards. But all the rest of the parts of your business's brand is going to be just as important, if not more important than the logo.
Okay, Karina, there's a question. There's an individual say that they use Wix. I don't know if you answered that one yet, and they wanted to know, is it beneficial to pay for the website, the fee that they're asking for, the annual fee?
Versus free?
Yeah.
It
Well,
allows you.
they're asking, should they pay for a host site for their website? And they also purchase the company design through Google.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, usually purchasing this stuff gives you more capabilities, more tools that you can use, different ways that you can put your product and your website out there more. It allows you to design and do a lot more stuff with your design. It allows you to like apply more templates and all these different things. So it is beneficial, but you can be just as effective using free or the cheaper subscription. But yeah, I think it's great if you do that. I mean, it's definitely going to be helpful.
Okay. And I think, and I'm not sure if you answered this one earlier, but it was previously, they wanted to know that list that you mentioned earlier. They wanted to know if you can send out that list of companies that you mentioned for the automation services.
Yeah. Well, why don't I just put it in the, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. And then they wanted, and this was one that just recently posted, and it said, can you name some of the free web design signs? Or would you rather send those to them via email?
You know what? Let me create a list of that and send it by email. I'll have it sent out with the presentation. I have a list somewhere already created that I give to my clients.
Okay, and there was one previously, and he just reposted it. He wants you to define viral videos from the advertising aspect. What would be considered a viral video from the advertising aspect?
Good question. So if you do like a video ad, I mean, the only thing that makes a video viral is that it gets a lot of hits, it gets a lot of shares, it becomes like, you know, super popular. So if you can make your ad in some way appealable to a lot of people, whether that's like using one of those high trending songs on TikTok, or using some slogan or some like new dance that it's really become viral. And you put those already viral trends or ads or trends or viral things into your ad, that will make your video ad viral, because it's you just make sure those hashtags and make sure those links and stuff are included when you post it, because that's what people are searching for. They're searching for that specific song, or they're searching for that specific dance or whatever. So best way to make your ad viral is to use already viral and trending things, or create something even new and different that will become trending. So like, if you kind of think of like some of the like really high trending ads that were done for the Super Bowl, like, or Coca-Cola ads or whatever, those little quick video ads that you see, some of those get really high hits. They get shared a lot. They get laughed about and talked about at the water cooler. Those become viral because they've done something cool or unique that, you know, nobody else had done, and it's really like appealing to people. Hopefully that
Okay,
helps.
okay, yeah, so he's referencing, would that be similar to mob dance move / song?
Yeah,
So basically
absolutely.
that would be considered, okay, yes. Okay, and then there's one
I
more
mean, you could
question.
even do like one of those little mob dances or whatever that's so hot, wearing your like logo on your t-shirt or like in front of your business or anything like that. That's just ad or product placement, you know? And so people are going to see that while you're doing your dance, and they're like, what is that on his shirt? What is that logo? Let me find out about this. That's great.
Exactly. And you see a lot of that on TikTok, you know, like
Oh,
you
a
said.
lot, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I think, Jim, they wanted to know, had the link been sent out of the recording from the last presentation?
Yes, it was sent out, but I'll add it to the next email. I'll have
Okay.
Each email will have all the recordings.
Okay. And is
I'll
that
send that
coming
out tomorrow.
directly? Okay. Is that coming directly from you, or is it coming from Zoom?
It will come out of directly from us. Actually, it'll come from Karina through our system where they register.
Okay, so just in case, they may want to check their spam box in case they don't see it. So it would be
Sure.
from Karina's email, and I reposted those emails earlier. Another question
Hey,
was, how
Pam,
can you?
sorry, before you ask me that one, what was the first thing I said that I was going to post into the chat? I forgot that quickly. List of what businesses or what?
Oh, hold on one
services?
second. Let me go back. Yeah, because I think he asked about the viral videos. They wanted to know. Yeah, that question was asked previously. A list of the companies that you mentioned for the automation services.
Oh, automation. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and
I guess I will
now,
put that in email. That might be easier.
okay, and then someone wanted to know the name of the free web design sites. So were you going to send that to them directly, or did you want to?
I'm gonna make sure that goes out in the same email that this presentation goes out in with the recording.
Okay. Okay. So
the
that
web design and the automation services, I'll just list those things.
Okay. Okay. And then the next one would be, how can you figure out your target market? And then we have K9 service company, NDD, EDD, SDD, any ideas?
Okay, so with the target market, that's kind of the beginning of the presentation. So the simplistic way of breaking down like how to figure out your target market is really, I guess, narrowing down your industry and like what your specific, I guess, specific audience that you're going to be appealing to. It's not, I guess, not an easy way of explaining. Probably just have to go back to the beginning of the presentation.
Okay, well, maybe I can kind of chime in and kind of help. I'm going to make it like really simple. So like, suppose you have a retail business, and of course you sell denim jeans. Well, with that being said, who are you going to sell your denim jeans to? So you have to define the denim jeans. Do you want to sell them to, are you going to sell the skinny leg jeans, you know, with all the designs, you know, on them, the ripped jeans? Now that actually only, you know, targets a certain age group. If you're a young, you know, professional, you know, 35 and older, maybe that doesn't actually, you know, target you. So with that, you would want to actually break it down and say, okay, if I'm going to sell this type of jean, then I'm going to be able to sell to, you know, kids who are maybe 13, you know, to 25, because that's who's wearing that particular jean. And of course, if you want to sell mom jeans, then you want to sell them to moms. So, you know, the average mom is probably, you know, 30 to, you know, 55. So then you would want to, you know, put that as your target market. So, I mean, I don't know if that kind of helps, but in other words, you want to be able to identify whatever it is you're actually selling and put kind of like an age or a demographic on that. You know, you may just say you want to sell to, you know, all females, you want to sell to men, you know, you want to sell to children. So if that helps, whatever you're, even if it's a service, you know, who is actually going to buy or, you know, utilize your service. So you have to think about what you're selling, what you're providing, and who is the person who's going to, even though and I mean, people come to me all the time and they say, oh yeah, I want to sell to everyone. Well, you do, but still you want to be able to identify with that. You know, a lot of times it's hard to do all, you know, cover everyone, you know, in the on the front end. You may be able to go back and add, you know, different target markets, you know, as the business is, you know, is there for a extended period of time. I think someone said one time, like CVS stands for like Cindy, Vicky, and Susan. So that, you know, that means that they target, you know, young individuals when they have the notebook paper and everything in there. You know, they target the soccer mom because, you know, they have all the little snacks and things up front. And then they also target the older population or the aging population because they also sell prescriptions as well. So hopefully that kind of helps. Are there any more questions around that? Or if Karina want to kind of chime in, or Jim, you know, to maybe help identify that a little bit easier?
That's good. I mean, that's a good way of describing it. I'm not very good at, like, sometimes I can't simplify it because I've got all the details in my head. So it's hard to like
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of hard.
Through it.
Yeah.
But
and
essentially it's what she said. It's just narrowing down your focus, like not just everybody, but who does your product really like appeal to the most? I mean, you said women's earrings and accessories, but is it going to be like all women ages 18 to like 50? Which women are going to really buy it the most? What kind of woman does the style of those earrings and accessories really suit? Is it going to be really high class woman, or is it going to be like a more hip, like happening new trendy kind of woman? Does it appeal more to like certain ethnicities? Does it appeal more to, you know, so you want to kind of figure out those different segments of the population that you're appealing to, because you got to narrow it down more than just like everybody or all women. So
exactly.
Yeah. Target.
Yes. Yeah, perfect. Now this is another one, and he just basically put K9 service company, NDD, EDD, SDD. Any ideas? So I'm not quite sure what he's asking.
I see that he further explained by bomb, explosive, and specialty dogs, which I'm glad you put that.
Okay.
I was like Googling what that stands for.
Okay, yeah, I see. Okay.
So I'm assuming that like that are you training these? So it's a canine service company. Are you training these dogs, or you have these dogs to sell? Like you train them and you're selling them? I guess it kind of depends on what service specifically you're offering. Ideas as far as like marketing, I would definitely look for, again, who your target audience is, if that's law enforcement, government businesses, and things like that. Then you're going to have to market a little bit differently, because they're not going to be trolling social media to find places to buy these dogs or places to train their dogs. So you might want to like do more of in-person sort of marketing, going to them, introducing yourself, email marketing, giving flyers, connecting with certain individuals that are in those networks and things like that.
Yeah, because he just identified it a little bit more. He said, yes, train handlers and train law enforcement. So basically, yep. Yes, you answered that. Mm-hmm.
So you just want to look for, like, you got to kind of really, like, once you figure out your target audience, you got to do some research to figure out where that target audience is seeking information. Because that's where you want to make sure that you put your information in front of them, and think of creative ways to do so.
Okay, and then we had one final question, and it was earlier, but it said, do you have a tool or application you can use to calculate business costs needed for startup, when that would help in creating business plan, financial plan? Yes, we do have that tool. And Jim or Karina, can I send that to you, and then maybe we can send that out when you send out the other information?
Yes.
Okay, yes. It's called a startup cost worksheet. And a lot of that information is actually found in our hard folders, but I do have an online one that's actually, I can send out emails. So that would help them to create that startup cost, because it's just a basic template, and therefore you can use it as a guide and make it pertain to your particular industry or service. Mm-hmm.
And Lurch, I think it was asking about the canine service. Hopefully we kind of answered that. It is sometimes easier to answer more specific questions about specific industries or businesses in person as we talk to you. So we can kind of help guide you with marketing and advertising specifically to your business. So if any of you guys who have asked questions about your specific business, if you kind of want some more information, more details, you want us to help guide you a little bit more on marketing and advertising that's going to be most effective for your business, please reach out to us. We love to talk to people. We love to help people with these different things. We can just chat with you for however long needed to kind of steer you in the right direction. Did I have the page with that's what I was looking for. All right, here's our contact information. Jot that down, take a screenshot, plug it into your phone, whatever is needed. Reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you about your businesses more specifically. I love marketing and advertising, so I could talk all day about it. Next Tuesday, 5:30, same time, same place, same link. Pam is going to be leading us in financing. And that's going to be super important because we all know that money is one of the biggest things people think about when it comes to a business.
Absolutely. Look, it's the backbone. You can't have marketing without it.
Exactly. So Sam's going to take us down that fun trail, how to seek funding, how to manage your finances as a business. So that's going to be some very important tools. Please join us then. Again, it's going to be next Tuesday evening, 5:30 to 7. Same Zoom link that you clicked on to get to us today. You click that same one and you'll join us on next Tuesday. I can still stick around to answer a few more questions.
I think there's a couple more. Okay. Yeah, I think there was a couple of more that was posted. Jim, let me ask you now, the actual business plan, I think we were doing the lean canvas. Was that sent out, or will we send that out with the information that Karina's going to send?
Yeah, that was sent out, but I'll attach it again to the email that goes out tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
We did have some trouble sending out our email last week with the recording of last week's call and the presentation and everything. It got kind of bounced back from a lot of emails. And so if you didn't get that, don't worry, we're trying to send it back out again. We're working with our tech team to handle that. So
okay, I think we have one last question, and it says, started a business that grows and directly sells fresh cut herbs. Love to reach chefs and new to herb cooks. Any ideas on social media venues, sales, or exclusively at farmers markets and festivals?
Oh, your current sales are exclusively at farmer market and festivals. Okay. Yeah, social media is going to be great. I mean, there are so many different avenues. It sounds like you're going to benefit really well from advertising, marketing with informational videos or articles and stuff about herbs, like educational stuff. People eat that up, especially if they're even a little bit interested in it. People that are chefs, cooks, home cooks, whatever, people that are just diving into learning about herbs that are beneficial to their bodies and things, the fitness and wellness like-minded people. Those are gonna be great people to talk to. So I think that your normal social media sites like Facebook and TikTok and even Twitter would probably be really good for some links. Instagram's gonna be great for pictures and quick little videos and stuff. So I think that utilizing, if you don't mind, I know a lot of people are squeamish in front of videos, but if you don't mind doing videos, I think doing quick little informational videos would be excellent for that kind of thing. And then reaching out to chefs, it'd be great if you could have a chef with you that uses some of your herbs, meet some people out in the community and network with them, and do little spots with them on your social media sites, have them
little testimonials.
Yeah, little testimonials, or even little informational, hey, I've got this chef with me. He's using some of these new herbs that we talked about last week. Tell us how you've been using them. Show us one of your recipes, doing recipes with these herbs, or showing them how to implement these herbs in different teas and talking about how they positively affect your body, posting articles, posting visual images that talk about how certain herbs affect your body in certain ways. There's so many different things. That'd be great.
I'll say one more thing about chefs.
YouTube video. Yes, that's a great idea, Lurch. YouTube video. Excellent.
if you want to get in front of chefs, you might want to think about your target audience again, because there's only certain chefs that would want to buy herbs directly from a farmer. So then you want to try to maybe narrow it down to, chefs that do farm to table, and just walk in the back door in off hours, not during lunch or dinner, but walk in with some samples, with some of your stuff, and be ready to talk about it. They maybe, I mean, most chefs are pretty interested, especially if they're buying from farmers already.
And then someone also mentioned that herbs are good for beverages as well. I mean, that would probably be an opportunity to maybe take, advantage of, like package stores and things like that. You can go in and do demonstration with different herbs, or maybe even like target bartenders, different restaurants that actually have bars, and you can, target that area as well.
Somebody mentioned plant-based chefs. There's a huge trend into eco-friendly and going green and gardening, like all these different things, very like health conscious trend that we've got going right now. And so capitalizing on that is going to be really smart. So seeking out, like Jim said, farm to table and influencers in those categories. You've got a wealth of different directions you can go with that. So target audience is going to be key there.
Yes. And then someone also mentioned, I think that was Lurch. He said Charlotte has 2 chef schools. He's very unsure about South Carolina. So, that was just for information, just in case someone, just in case that individual wanted to utilize that. Could probably target those chef schools as well.
Man, Lurch, you got some great ideas. Might have to put you on the team.
He does. Yeah. And they said, thanks, Jim. They're already looking at farm to table chefs.
Awesome.
But no chef school in their city. Okay, awesome.
All right, if there are no other new questions, I guess we'll call it. You guys have our contact info.
I said we'll call it a night.
Yeah, we'll call it a night. You guys have our contact info. We love questions. We love helping. Reach out to us. Gary Robinson's on there too. He usually helps us with the business planning portion, the first session that we usually do. And so he's going to be a great connect. We've got some other consultants in the office, so there's plenty of people to help with anything that you guys need help with. So feel free to reach out. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Thank you guys for attending.